407, your name and where you're calling from?
Hi, this is Judy from Florida.
Hey, Judy from Florida. How can I help you today?
I am so excited I called you. I've been listening to your archive shows. I think I listened to 10 of them this last weekend. So thank you very much for taking my call.
You are welcome. Is there anything that's sticking out of the archive shows for you?
Well, your energy is just amazing, number one. And you just speak so articulate to the spirit within me. I mean, I hear what you're saying thoroughly. And I've experienced joy in the last few days, just knowing that that's something I create.
Mm-hmm.
And I was thinking, well, maybe Andrew can help me understand why I've been researching what's happening on the planet within the solar system and the galaxy. I've been like hungry for that knowledge, not to share it, but to
Are you familiar?
To share it.
Are you familiar?
What am I supposed to do with all this?
I'm going to read your Akashic records. Are you familiar with Isis, the Queen of Isis?
Yes, very.
You were an Egyptian priest of Isis that used sound to
Roberta Herzog, you know who she is.
Yeah, I know. Anyways, you would use sound to access the Akashic records of people that needed healings. And this was about 16,000 years ago, so it wasn't the concept of Egypt itself. It was still the mid to falling range of Atlantis, where beings from other galaxies were trying to defend Earth from a great invasion that was coming. And you were using the sound to enter the Akashic records of refugees on this planet. For a while, about 100, 150 years, there was a time people that were dying from other parts of the galaxies were brought here because the healers were here. And you were one of those healers. And as you began to access the Akashic records to help heal these people, because that's what you did, you began to notice a common, almost imperceptible theme that Earth was doomed, and you didn't want it to be doomed. And I'm being rushed by this energy because you knew right then and there, you saw the future. You connected to an Akashic record of a person that was a future traveler from the future to the 16,000 years in the past, and you opened the Akashic records of a person in the future, and you got to experience everything that went on for the next 18,000 years. And it was a massive download for you at that time. And as you finished that lifetime, you were on your deathbed telling everybody they wouldn't believe you. And now you're in this future lifetime doing the same thing, okay? The world isn't ready, but you've already accessed your Akashic records to the point where you know this is true. You hear my voice because I went through something very similar to you, except I did it on other planets on a much bigger scale. And as you open your Akashic records, you're going to realize you're very similar to me, except you came here to be the sacred feminine Akashic reader. Men are a little different for you in this lifetime. You're here to heal women. And there will be men that come to you that want to be women this lifetime. And you specifically will access the Akashic records of other planets through other mediums like me or Brenda or any of the others, so that a male spirit that wants to be a female spirit after the change can do that in a method and in a manner that does not hurt their spirit or their spiritual contracts. You're going to be reconnecting the sacred feminine to those people that needed to be feminine this lifetime.
Yes.
Goodness. Go ahead.
Oh my goodness. Yes.
Okay.
Roberta Herzog. She, by the way, she's still available through a mutual friend of ours. I carry a last name. I choose to carry a last name because it's the last name of my three sons, who are the last of a several generations of this name, this tree. The name is a museum in New York.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that my sons carry some of the karma of that heritage.
Just so you know that I have had other members of your lineage call me privately, as well as some of the other lineages.
Yes.
And that's fine. And if they wish to call privately, I'll deal with that privately.
No, we can move on. No, we can move on.
Right.
But the point that I wanted to just share with you is you suggested that I drop the last name by Roberta Herzog when she was reading my Akashic records. And, some elements of my Akashic records, specifics. You're far more expansive. Thank you.
Okay.
In my listening, in my perception.
One of the reasons I can do that is I made a conscious choice to accept the records for what they are. On a round table yesterday, I kind of revealed something that happened to me as a young kid. I went to a baseball game, and it was bottom of the ninth inning, and there was 80,000 people at the old Cleveland Stadium, and they won the game, and I downloaded the Akashic records of every person in the stadium within about 45 seconds. So I was consciously aware of it, and I've been into other big events where the same thing has happened, and that's how I'm able to do what I am to do now, because I was exposed to that at such a young age. And once I learn an Akashic record, I never need to download it again. It's within my DNA lineage. And the same thing's within you. As you begin to meditate with your double helix that's going to expand into a septuple helix, and then it's going to split, and you're going to have what I call a twin septuple DNA. What that means is you're going to literally bring the damaged spirits that are around you into, how do I describe this, an energetic placenta that's going to be around you, and you're going to nurture them with the sacred feminine energy. Just as you can feel my energy as a palpable feeling, you'll have the same thing with the sacred feminine that's around you. It's a healing choice, and as you get deeper into the concepts of healing, you'll want to do hands-on healing. I think that's the next level for you, is to go to get some prana healing, learn it for yourself.
Yes. Be my own
Go ahead.
physician. Be my own physician.
And a physician to others.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you have any other questions?
I'm just so excited about life right now.
Okay. I'm being prompted.
And I had one of the worst holidays that I've ever experienced, but I knew it was my last hard holiday. And joy came out of that despair.
Okay.
And I am so glad, because it kicked in on the night of the 21st of December. And I went into 1 week of complete loss of sense of what am I doing? Where am I? And I came out of it with a lot of help from my family. They were very gracious. Perplexed, but gracious. Yeah.
I got a question for you. I'm being prompted to ask you about driving, with what's going on with you in cars.
I'm finding myself not completely in my body at all times, and I have to focus very strongly when I'm out, keeping the balance when I'm out, and to go out, I drive. But I have some questions about myself being, it's like I leave my body a lot.
All right.
And I'm a novice at how to keep that grounding going, especially when I'm driving, because I'm a very good driver. But I have those moments.
All right, what's going on is you're going through a rewiring process. The spirit's trying to get you ready for the twin septuple DNA strands that are going to connect you to your sacred feminine. And what it is you're being rewired, and what it's asking you is to take a bit of time away from your dailies and connect to the sacred feminine, and you'll be grounded But on another layer, you're having these experiences because they're uploading and downloading other parts of your Akashic records, and they need to allow you to have that out-of-body experience so there's more room to stuff the Akashic records in. So when
yes.
you go back in, you're the cork so they don't fly back out.
Yes.
And sometimes you feel airy. And what they're telling me is what you need to do.
Here's what I do. Yes, go ahead.
You need to get some crystals, and you need to have somebody to weave your hair, 1 or 2 crystals in them, or to make a strand of hair that has that at the back of your head. And you need to leave those in when you're
cottage, might say. And I do a lot of deliberate barefooting.
Okay.
And sit and lean against a tree that's much older than me and just sit there and mind my own business.
Okay.
Like, thank you. I thank the mother.
Okay.
And I thank the sun, which is peculiarly white and very, very big in its span of connecting. Can you tell us maybe more what that might mean?
You're being called. You're being called to the trees because at one point in your life, at much later after the Atlantean times, you were in the Andes Mountain, and you were specifically a root hunter and tuber hunter for very special plants. And you would you'd find these plants in their special ways, and you'd hunt them down, and you would actually train an animal to help dig them up and get them out. And these particular herbs that you were looking for, tubers, would grow. And it was at a very rare type of bush or tree.
Right now, she's back. That dog is back. Okay. This is exactly what my dog does. She's almost 12.
Right,
and
there
she's
you go.
Like a puppy.
All right. So what it's saying...
It leads me to what is edible, literally, in my yard.
Right. So what it's saying is you need to have that medicine bundle around your neck that reminded you of those times. Mm-hmm. So it's time for you to dig up some plants with your dog and get the roots and dry the roots out and make a little pouch. So you're going to have a couple, 4, 5, 6 of them, and those are going to teach you lessons as that pouch is going to put it over your heart or onto your pocket, so that becomes part of your daily energy, your daily education. You'll switch them out after a while.
That makes so much sense, because these will be my garden.
Yep. You can do seeds also.
And Daisy will...
See how this is working? It's the endless cycle here. The next thing is seeds. You can have roots and stuff, and then you could put seeds in there. So when you're ready to plant seeds, you'll have seeds that have heart energy in.
Absolutely. Well, I have a piece of land at my brother's, and it's just 2 miles away, and we're dividing it up. It's got some really wonderful open land so that we can better eat.
That's wonderful. I have another caller on, and I've only got about 10 minutes.
Thank you so much, Andrew.
Sure. If you want to come in later in the week, please do.
Thank you from Judy in Florida.
All right, Judy. Love you.
God bless you. Bye-bye.
What other kind of questions do you have?
I'm wondering what percentage of worlds are free-willed?
Yeah, you can't really rate that because there are worlds that are half free will, half not free will. Okay. Or 3/4 free will and free for all on the other side. You can't rate it as a percentage.
So our world is on a planetary or a bigger level?
No, I'm talking even if you just go at the planetary level out throughout the universe, they're all different layers of free will. Each is a different frequency of sovereignty and assists the different beings there on their particular process. We here at Earth have already done the spiritual sovereignty path of millions of other worlds. You know, to be here on Earth means you're the best of the best of the best of the last 25 million generations. If you're not ready, you're not here. Literally, everyone that's here, everyone that's listening on the call that thinks they aren't meant to be here, bullshit. You're here because you are the best of the best of the best of this universal generation.
Right. Right.
And when you got a trillion geniuses that come together, there isn't anything they can figure out if they can share the common moral code of do no harm to any sentient kind.